It really is. It's just about stoking people out, man. And but again, just leading with that Aloha Spirit, it's just making sure we establish that right off the bat.
Aloha, welcome to Hawaii's Best podcast. Learn the stories behind Hawaii's best experiences, influencers, and businesses. Discover everything that makes Hawaii the Aloha State. And now your host, Bryan Murphy.
Aloha and welcome to episode 20 of Hawaii's Best. Here at Hawaii's Best, we explore Hawaii's best experiences, businesses, and influencers. And we get to hear the story from the people behind them. I'm your host, Bryan Murphy, and I just want to say thank you so much for joining me today. And to stay up to date on future episodes, hit that subscribe button. And that just means a whole lot to me because that just allows other people to be able to find this conversation about Hawaii. And if you're anything like me, you love Hawaii, you love hearing about Hawaii, you love going to Hawaii. So hit that subscribe button. It means the world to me. I am so pumped for today's conversation. And it's been a minute since I've uploaded an episode. We got hit hard with the flu, myself and my family. If you don't know, my wife and I, Allie, we have 3 girls, and we all got hit at the same time a couple weeks ago during Thanksgiving week. And you can probably still hear it in my voice a little bit, but there's so many conversations that I have recorded from amazing people that I just couldn't put this off anymore. I had to get this episode out. So coming up, there's going to be amazing new episodes coming up towards the end of this year and also at the beginning of next year. So be sure to, like I mentioned, subscribe and drop a rating as well. That just helps other people be able to find this conversation. On today's episode, we're talking with Jason Donez. He is the general manager at Leilani's on the beach in Lahaina on Maui. That's on the west side. You can find Leilani's by simply going to leilanis.com. On a recent trip over to Maui, Jason and I grabbed some time to talk about his journey to the island of Maui and his role at Leilani's and how that has evolved over time. Now, during our chat, as we overlooked Kananapali Beach, we were greeted by multiple pods of dolphins and some epic shore break. And these are moments that I just had to leave in this conversation. So during our chat, we were interrupted a couple times, and I just wanted to share that experience with you, as raw as it was, just all the activity that we were experiencing there on Kananapali. So let's go ahead and let's talk story with Jason from Leilani's on the beach. Jason, welcome to Hawaii's Best. How are you doing?
Oh, doing good, man. Stoked. Yeah, thanks a lot for having me, man. Really excited to do it. So,
absolutely. Yeah, what's your role here at Leilani's?
I'm the general manager here at Leilani's on the beach. Right. So, yeah, I've been with TS for just over 21 years now. So, just super blessed and really stoked to be a part of something real special. You know, I started off at Hula Grill, our sister restaurant next door, as a busboy back in 1998.
That was a little while ago. Huh?
It was a little while ago, man. It definitely was. Yeah. So yeah, I kind of just graduated from college and finished and was just coming out to spend the summer with one of my best friends and, for 3 months. And here we are 21 years later. Wow. So you probably hear that story quite a bit, but yeah, I've been real fortunate. So, if it wasn't for landing here with TS, I don't know if I would have stuck around. So I got really, really lucky that I got into the right environment.
So TS is kind of the parent company of a few different
They are, yeah. TS Restaurants, Hawaii and California. So, yeah. So we've got our restaurants here on Maui. We've got ourselves. We have Hula Grill, Kimo's down in Lahaina, which is our flagship restaurant. And we also have Duke's Maui up in North Beach. And we've got Duke's Waikiki, which everybody knows about Duke's Waikiki.
Right? You
Absolutely.
Got to hit that up once.
Yeah, you definitely got to do that. Then we have Hula Grill right upstairs from there. Then we've got Kioki's in Kauai and Duke's in Kauai also. Okay. Then we got our restaurants in California. So, all right. Yeah. Yeah.
So 98,
I'm not downplaying the Cali guys, man.
Yeah. But 98, you came over. And
98.
So what was life like before 98?
What was home? Well, I went to college in Oregon. I played baseball in college. So, I was, my intent was to graduate college and teach and coach and, and which I say, I am coaching in the company. Yeah. But I'm also coaching and teaching here too, so I definitely still get to do what I love,
Yeah.
But yeah, so the playing days were over and, trying to figure out what was going to be next.
So obviously you found some sort of love and passion even at Hula Grill, that you've worked in the restaurant industry for this long and now managing Leilani's. How is that journey, and what have you fallen in love with in this place, in this line of work?
Man, well, it's really the people, first of all,
Yeah.
and I'm just a people person. Just, I was once told you make your world as small as you want it to be, and so just sitting down next to the stranger and saying hi, so the industry just kind of, I gravitated to it because of that. I love the energy of it, something different every day, kind of like what we call the high-speed cruise control, just not knowing really what to expect. But really, it was the people that gravitated me to the industry. I just enjoyed it. It provided a real flexible lifestyle, so that was really cool too. And once I got here, doing it like in this location right on the water with such an unreal company I really thought I had my dream job as a busboy back in 1998. I wasn't really thinking about anything else. I was just blown away that, where I grew up and kind of my whole journey, like I ended up here on Maui, doing what I was doing. So it was a lot of pinch me moments for sure. Still is. So
yeah, obviously this location, we're like literally on the beach.
Yeah, literally.
Leilani's on the beach. It's literally on the beach.
It literally is on the beach, man. With a good enough arm, you can throw a rock in the ocean, So yeah, we're really fortunate. Very fortunate. We have one of the most beautiful locations, definitely in the state, if not in the world, so when people do get here, I think you can see it on the website and in pictures and hear about it, but when you actually sit up here and take a look at it, it's a postcard moment. This has been the backdrop for thousands and thousands of Christmas cards, so
yeah, it's beautiful. Now, how did this all start?
Well, Leilani's opened up in 1982.
Okay.
So this was, Rob Tebow and Sandy Saxon, our founders, who, they're no longer with us, but their vibe, their mana, their aloha, their legacy just lives on strong, just in the culture of our company, and you really can feel them in the buildings. There's something about our restaurants that when you walk into it, you're in a TS restaurant. But just started with a friendship with those two and grew into what it is today. Mm-hmm. They first opened up Chemo's. That was our first restaurant, our flagship restaurant, and one thing led to another. And one of their big things was location. Yeah. In any of our restaurants, whether they be in Hawaii or California, the locations are prime. So they really committed to making sure that was going to be a foundation for opening up new restaurants, and it served us really well. But we also know we can't just sit back on our location alone. We still got to deliver. Yeah. We like to say here that, it's the major leagues of the restaurant industry. Yeah. It's kind of like playing for the Yankees. The expectations are high, and Kaanapali Beach has got voted best beach in Hawaii again.
I saw that. Yeah.
And it's been voted best beach in the world, so many times. So to be in this prime location that there's a lot of expectations, and rightfully so, but the pressure's a privilege, right? So, it means we're doing something right. So we welcome it, and we feel like, and we deliver, on a consistent basis, not just here at Leilani's, but every one of our restaurants. So
now, obviously, creating a great experience, great location, great food, great drinks. There's also a whole other component of that is being respectful and sharing the Hawaiian culture with everything you do. That's a unique thing to the Hawaiian Islands. How is Leilani's doing that? In
a number of ways, but you're absolutely right. Any successful business in the state of Hawaii has made sure to pay respect to the culture, to the Aina, and doing things the right way. It goes so much deeper than the decor, and things of that nature. It's really about making sure you instill those values in your people. Most people that work in the hospitality industry aren't from Hawaii, so they found their way here just like I did. Right. And those that really enjoy it and really get the most out of it are the ones that have really taken the time to learn about, the place that they live and the culture. What's great about working for our company, that's just instilled in everything we do. And so when you do become an employee, or part of our ohana, with TS or Leilani's on the beach, it's something that you recognize right away as different than probably most other places you've worked at. So whether it's a respect for the culture, and even just teaching our staff about the Hawaiian culture, it might be through, teamwork, through, taking them out on an outrigger canoe, with the importance of everybody working together, just so, which is, if you moved here from Wisconsin and you're now in an outrigger canoe because you got this job right on the beach and, you're paddling in the Pacific Ocean and learning about teamwork. you're going to recognize I'm getting chicken skin. Check it out. Thinking about it, that you're in a pretty special situation. Just our respect to the island in terms of just making sure, our sustainability, and protecting our wonderful oceans that we love. I mean, that's our playground, so we know we have a responsibility to make sure that we're keeping it clean. We're taking care of it. We're educating. Yeah. We're also, at the forefront of our industry and making sure that we're doing the right thing and making good decisions, even right down to the type of fish that we serve and when we serve it, making sure that we are doing our part to make sure that the oceans are filled with fish, and we're not being irresponsible with that. So we do as much as we can, supporting local agriculture.
So not forcing anything, just
definitely
serving what the land gives you.
Serving what the land gives you, and not taking more than you need, which is the Hawaiian way, and just always being ready to share and to give if needed, and we have chefs in all of our restaurants that are really passionate about that, which, really makes a big difference for us. It's just a common shared thing. It's not even something we think about or as a goal. It's just, we just know that that's the right thing to do. And so we do it. Mm-hmm. And I think our guests really feel that. It comes off as genuine. And like I said, you feel that vibe when you walk into our restaurant. So, but it's special. The Hawaii is a really, really unique place. And you can come here for a week or even 10 days or 2 weeks. And don't get me wrong, the obvious, the ocean, sure. And all those other things are really beautiful. But when you get to know the culture, and when you really get to know the people, that's what really makes Hawaii what it is, And
anytime we're over here visiting, we feel like family. And I think one of the things that I found, maybe you can speak into this a little bit. Obviously, there's a lot of people who weren't born and raised here in Maui specifically, and now they are living here. The Hawaiian culture, the Hawaiian people are so welcoming, but you also need to come with a shoes off respect, if you will, and learn the culture, but also come with a open-handed respect. Maybe you could speak into a little bit. Maybe someone's coming to islands for the first time. How would you encourage someone coming visiting here with that same respect? Because we talk about the Hawaiian Islands, and obviously, technically, they're part of the U.S. But I think there's something about you get a passport stamped, and you go to London. You're more aware of the culture and what to expect. However, the 50th state, maybe there's so much differences than just going to Wisconsin or going to Oklahoma or whatever.
Absolutely.
Maybe speaking to that a little bit.
You're absolutely right. You hit it on the nose. One thing I like to tell people is what's cool about Hawaii is nobody here cares what you drive, what kind of clothes you wear. Yeah. Really all that matters is how you treat people. And I think in terms of true Hawaiian people who are welcoming, like you said, that's really all that matters. And you can see through that, I think, so just how you treat people, I think is the most important thing when you're here. How are you willing to be unselfish and give, are you willing to take the time to learn about a tradition or a culture, but more importantly, why it is the way that it is, not just on the surface. Yeah. It's still amazing how many people come here and forget that we're part of the United States, that some people, maybe they've been to Mexico or the Caribbean or something like that. And so, they think it's just kind of a free for all, but, we still have laws and things of that nature. But I think, in terms of advice for anybody that's coming to visit here, it's just like you said, be open-handed, be open-minded, but really just take the time to talk to people. Man, it might be the valet at your hotel, or the person at the airport checking you in, or at the rental car place, or in line at the grocery store. You'd be surprised that in this place, what's unique is when you just take that time to say hello and smile, how many I don't want to say doors it opens, but just opportunities to experience what Aloha really is. I remember I have two brothers, and this was a long time ago, probably 12 to 15 years ago. My little brother visited me, and I remember him calling my mom to, and all excited about it. And one of the things he said, he goes, "Mom, it's so cool. You walk down the street here and people say hi and smile at you." And at his age, he was probably 11 or 12 at the time, but that was something he noticed, where him living and growing up in Southern California, where people put their heads down and do everything they can to maybe not have
garage
to do
doors
that.
go up, go down.
And so I just think it's just again, sharing that spirit,
Right.
And so
I love that. Well, let's talk a little bit more about Leilani's. If you can maybe describe what can someone expect coming here? Maybe a little bit about the menu and those options.
Again, we have amazing chefs. We have an amazing culinary team here, just headed by Ryan Lucky, who, is, grew up here in Hawaii as well on the West Side. So, his commitment to the community and the island and the Aina and understanding the culture is really special for us because our guests get to feel that through his and his team's cuisine.
Yeah.
We have two different menus downstairs, our beachside grill, more of our, I guess I would call it more of a casual menu, although the food is really elevated down there in terms of bar food. Nothing too stuffy though, you know what I mean? It's still super comfortable. We never want it to be an intimidating experience for people, but the food is amazing downstairs. We're one of the leaders in bringing craft beer to Hawaii and especially the West Side, which has now become pretty industry standard. So we've got 18 taps downstairs of things that you'll only get here. I'm supporting a lot of local breweries, Maui Brewing Company, and what Garrett's done has been awesome. We've had a long-standing relationship with Kona Brewing Company. Now we've got Kahola, which is here, in Lahaina, which is doing an amazing job as well. So we feel like our concept speaks to everybody. I think that's one thing we really take a lot of pride in. We think there's something cool about coming in here in your board shorts and sitting upstairs and having fresh Hawaiian fish or prime rib or lobster and overlooking the ocean, and when people call and ask, like, was there a dress code? It's like, just make sure you have a shirt on and you have shoes on. And there's something unique about that, because we want it to be, and not that you can't come in here and get dressed up and celebrate a special occasion, because we get that all the time too. But we want it to be for everybody. The menu, there's been a lot of emphasis just placed on fresh local ingredients, just consistent execution and high quality. Also, just making sure our staff and our people, can confidently and describe our menu to our guests. Yeah. Because we want people to come and maybe who they're, a lot of the ingredients on our menu are pretty foreign or even at times hard to pronounce, and so, you'll see people like pointing at it, and we want to help guide those people into something that maybe they normally wouldn't have tried out, you know, and, try something this or grab that or, ask questions. And so we just try to we always say we're welcoming people into our home, and so how would you treat your guests if you were throwing a party at home, and we say, well, the first thing you do is you make sure the place is clean, right? You clean it all up and, you make sure you got everything dialed in. You get to the store, make sure you bought, the best ingredients you possibly could for the food that was on the menu that night. You probably go out and maybe get a new outfit because you want to look sharp. That's kind of our uniform, right? And then, once they arrive, the first thing you do is you're right there at the door greeting everybody with a smile. Yeah. And you're making sure they're comfortable. They know where everything's at. Here's the restroom. Whatever you guys need, I got you. And then while they're here, you're checking on them, making sure they got everything they need. And when they leave, you thank them and invite them to come back again. And we're just doing that like 1,400 times a day, and that's kind of what it is. We're welcoming you into our home. We want it to feel like a home. We want it to be comfortable. That's why you see some of the furniture and the way it was designed to feel like that, and that's really what it is. And we know there's a lot of restaurants here and people can choose to go anywhere. So we feel really blessed and privileged when they choose us. And so we want to make sure we hold up our end of the bargain, and we always feel like if we can get them in the door, then they're ours for life, they're ours for life, I mean, and it is about the food, but you said it earlier, it's about the entire experience for us. And it goes back to our culture and what Rob and Sandy said years ago and what has been kept alive through all of our, leaders and people that have had influence in our company. And that's really just that entire experience, is just making sure people have a good time. If you don't have a genuine feeling for stoking people out, then you're in the wrong business for sure. But forever and ever, what it will always be our competitive advantage is our people. Yeah. And we seem to attract the best people. Our training programs and systems are super tight. But again, it goes back to our culture, right? Culture will trump operations any day of the week. And when people come in here, I think they feel that and like, wow, this is cool, man. I can dig this. I can hang out here for a little while. And we get people that come back 2, 3, 4 times during their 1 week vacation, and then we get people who find us in their last day of night, like, oh, wish we would have came here sooner, and we love that. So no, just looking around, it feels, it's this kind of sophisticated yet relaxed, homey vibe. Like, it's not too stuffy. It's not trying too hard. Yeah. Like, it feels like you could just hang here. Yeah. You know what? You can. Yeah. You can. It's a great place to hang. Yeah. You can just hang here, and it's got a lot too. We've got live music every day, from 3 to 5 o'clock. So we've got everything from really traditional Hawaiian music to reggae to Hawaiian, and then we have a day where it's like a group named JD on the Rocks has been playing here for years. They become a staple. It's all like, it's classic rock and, and Freebird and those types of things. So it's a whole different crowd. And, it's really cool. Like I said, we appeal to so many different people, and that's important to us, that no matter who you are or what you do, that you feel like you can come in here and feel really comfortable and part of the ohana, and just sit and hang, like you said.
Yeah. What are some of your favorite dishes here currently?
We're well known for our fish tacos. They've been voted best on the island for years. And I'm seeing you guys nod your heads. I'm assuming you already heard about them, right? And you're probably looking forward to having them after we're done. Fish tacos are unreal.
Yeah.
As much as I try not to eat them, it's hard not to, because they're that good. And, people ask me all the time, like, what are some of my favorites? And I really do love everything on the menu.
Yeah.
Upstairs, though, our fresh Hawaiian fish is unreal. You're not gonna get it any fresher anywhere else in the world. At least not in my opinion, you won't. And just what our chefs do with that delicate product is amazing.
Yeah.
And really not doing too much to it, letting the fish speak for itself. And because you can drown it in a bunch of sauce or saute it in butter, and who doesn't like that, right? But we really believe in the quality of our product, and we don't want to hide that, under a sauce or anything like that.
Sure.
So everything they do here is really to accompany the natural flavor of the protein, whether it be the quality of beef that we get, or the fish that we get, or any of the shellfish or seafood that we have as well.
Yeah. 3
out of every 10 people that come in this restaurant order fish tacos. I mean, that's how prominent of an item it is, and that's what we've become known for. Upstairs, we've got a cracker Parmesan crusted preparation for fish that's been on the menu since day one.
Okay.
We're still one of the only restaurants that still serve prime rib and crab legs. And it's funny, every time food tastings come up, we kind of think like, man, is it time? But, it's important to be thinking about where you want to go.
Yeah.
But you also have to remember what made you who you are, you know, and again, that kind of goes back to, I think some restaurants either don't think through their evolvement, or what they want to do, and maybe change too quickly, too fast, and forget about the people that made them who they are. So for us, what's really important is that for those people that have been coming here since 1982, that when they walk in here, they still feel that same vibe. And some of those menu items are still on the menu, and then we do have to be thinking about how do we get another, 37 years out of it. So we do have to evolve our concept and our menu, but I think we have something that appeals to everybody. That's always a big fear too. When, our guests have been coming here for a long time, is them walking in here, and because like the worst thing they could ever say is like, man, it just doesn't feel the same anymore.
Right.
That hurts. Like, so we really work hard to make sure we're being thoughtful of
there's
all
a delicate
those people.
Balance there.
There really is. Yeah. There is a delicate balance, because the industry has become more and more competitive, and we used to be the only ones doing what we do. And there are a number of restaurants out there now that are, Hawaiian regional cuisine, or are emphasizing, their fresh Hawaiian fish. And you can walk up and down this beach, and it'll look like a copy and paste of our menu on a lot of menu boards, but that also, alludes to the fresh ingredients that are available. But you're right. It is a balance between making sure we're evolving, we're staying current with industry trends, appealing to a new guest, which we'll have to continue to capture, but while still being true to who we are, and so when those people do walk in here, but that's the thing too, we always say, even if we do make a menu change or remove an item, we're still Leilani's.
Yeah.
And even here, like we have guests that have been coming here for years and have, love those menu items that aren't on the menu anymore, but we'll make them for them. You know what
That's
I mean?
cool.
If like if
you gotta say the secret word.
Totally. If Jim and Sandy call and let us know. And we do that. I mean, God, I'm probably taking a big risk, like saying this on a podcast, but we don't have certain liquors anymore. But when certain people call, we know that we're going to bring in a bottle of Beefeater Gin when they're here. We're going to be bringing a bottle of Wild Turkey, or we're going to bring in Miller Lite for you, even though we don't normally sell it. Or hey, we'll make sure that we have that tuna melt that you used to love. You know what I mean? Or we'll do the stir fry that you used to love, because that's important. And that might just be a couple or one individual, but that we're that place for that individual, and we don't ever want them to go someplace else, so. I
mean, what you're talking about is serving loving people with aloha. How do you lead your team with aloha at the forefront of it?
It's not hard to do, because I just feel like it's who I am.
Yeah.
I'm a big believer that leadership needs to be genuine, and so
people can smell it, right?
I think so. I mean, I just come into work every day just stoked and excited about what I'm doing, and it's because I enjoy what I do. I enjoy the people that I work with, and I enjoy meeting new people and making new friends, and I enjoy just watching like a family, just smiling, laughing, having a great time, or getting to go out there during an unbelievable sunset and take a family photo for them, because, somebody had to take it, right? So dad's getting left out. It's usually dad who gets left out of the picture. Mom and the kids get in there. So running out there really fast so I can get that photo for them so they have that memory. And it really is. It's just about stoking people out. Man. But again, just leading with that Aloha Spirit, it's just making sure we establish that right off the bat. And when we're hiring people, we tell them we're looking for personalities. All I'm trying to do is find somebody that will fit into our culture. If possible, make it better. We can't teach enthusiasm. I can't teach aloha. I can't teach those things. So if you bring those things with you, we can teach you how to do everything else.
Sure. And
you'll be really successful. It'll probably be the best job you've ever had. It'll be fulfilling and rewarding in so many more ways than the money that you leave in your pocket, and you'll make lifelong friends doing it. I think that's what's really cool because we have 200 people in this building alone.
Really?
Yeah. So, so we're 200 employees, roughly in at Leilani's on the beach alone. And I see people cry all the time when they leave this job. It's because they're going to miss the people that they worked with. And that's a cool part of what I get to do also is watching people succeed and go on and do new things, or come back to visit. Now they've got their family started or they tell you, man, I learned so much when I was here. And
see, that's a marker, a great leader. Not just keeping people, but releasing people too.
Definitely, and but I've been fortunate enough to have really, really patient and really great mentors myself. Oren Cross, our general manager next door at Hula Grill, has been like a father to me here, and really set the standard for what a leader should be. People like Peter Merriman and Tammy Fukugawa and just so many more, in our company that have just really given a lot to me. And it's really their time. They've given their time, and so how do you not pay it forward after that? But I had really good examples. So, and I got a really great team. So it's not too hard to do.
That's great. So how do you unplug, and what are some of your kind of maybe hobbies and stuff that you can unwind? Obviously we got this amazing beach in front of us.
We do.
But
we do. And we're lucky to have, like, in my opinion, the world's greatest playground, right? So, but now, I mean, I've got kids now. So, what do you see? Whale?
A dolphin.
Oh, there it is again. Anytime a podcast is spontaneously interrupted by a pod of dolphins.
Oh,
we could just end it right here and everybody would get it. So
you guys got to experience firsthand. Leilani's on the beach, dolphins flipping in the air. It's not guaranteed though.
But you know what? You guys,
it's a highly.
You must have good karma because they came to say hi to you guys. So right, all that matters is how you treat people, right?
That's it.
You guys have obviously been good to everybody since you've been here. So the dolphins are saying, "What's up?" I mean, but even just that, it's a perfect example. Like when you're sitting here, all of a sudden you look out, and you're like, "No, wait." It's kind of like whale season when the whales come in super close and they're breaching or they're spotting. It's unreal.
We've taken in whale season on Oahu before, but I keep hearing stories about whale season right here.
Oh, whale season on Maui is epic. Yeah. I mean, how's this guy? Like, he saw it too, right? He's jamming out in his one-man canoe.
He knows what's up.
I want to get a little closer.
Now they're just showing off. Look at them. Oh my goodness.
None of this ever gets old for me, and it never does, and I think my mom once told me, she goes, some people save a lifetime for 1 week there, and you're lucky enough to be able to live there. Don't ever take it for granted.
That's true.
And I try to live by that advice always.
And you talk about making memories. I mean, that's one of the only things that we keep with us for a lifetime,
isn't it? Yeah, you're absolutely right. And it is really, it's for me, it's the people that I meet. I've met thousands and thousands of people, since I've been working for the company, but it's amazing, and how many people, come back and they come to say hi every year. I get to watch their families grow, it's really, really cool.
So what are some of those activities for you?
For me, well, I've got kids, so really, I mean, a lot of my time is with them. I coach girls basketball here at Lahaina High School, which is the local high school. And I also, coach middle school kids, but I also do free training sessions on the weekends. So I've got kids from ages 6 all the way up to, and the girls that are coming home from college during the summers all the way up to their 20s, So, I've been an athlete my whole life, so I love sports, but, being able to give back to the community has been really, really special for me. Being a general manager here, that's probably the greatest thing it's provided is a platform to give back to the community.
Okay.
Which I love this West Maui Lahaina community. It's so special. It's so unique. So, as much as I can, I'm doing that, whether it be serving on the board of directors with the Boys and Girls Club or,
cool.
or coaching, or just trying to spend time with my family. That's what I spend the majority of my time doing, getting in the water whenever I can, which isn't as much as it used to be, but definitely doing that and just being outside and being outdoors, and trying to be selfish about my time with my family, and having a few beers with the boys when at all possible, so
kind of recognizing the season you're in. Right?
It is, and it is definitely that. And just trying to pump the brakes. I've always been a gas pedal guy, so more recently I'm trying to pump the brakes and slow things down and, because you can make every excuse in the world to not do something, right?
Yeah.
But once you finally get together and have a beer with one of your friends that you haven't hung out with in a couple of months, you're like, well, that wasn't really that hard to figure out. Sometimes it's just making a right turn instead of a left turn,
and figuring out those priorities.
It is. It is. And it's easy to get caught up in the grind with work and things like that, and again, not that I don't enjoy it, but so just trying to be, like you said, aware of the moment and where you're at and sometimes it's just picking up the phone,
Now I'm sure as a leader you're always trying to respect the moment where everything is at currently and having that gratitude.
Yeah, absolutely.
But also you're looking forward vision wise.
Yep.
What does Leilani's look like moving forward? What are some things you're excited about?
We just renovated our dining room upstairs, so we've been open for just over a year now. I'm excited about the the new crop of employees we've got.
Yeah.
Which they're awesome. They've been inspiring and they're just wide eyed and excited. So definitely excited about them. I've got an amazing management team with some veteran leaders who are really embracing the changes in our industry and evolving. So I'm excited to see where they go with their careers, but they're also setting great examples for the young group of managers that we got too. But I think just concept wise, we just keep getting better every single year, and it blows me away because it takes a lot of hard work. And with the amount of people that we have working here,
sure.
I've been fortunate to surround myself with people that are better than me in a lot of things, and just doing what I can to get to know them and to find out what drives them and how I can support their personal and professional goals.
Yeah.
Because that's really, this restaurant only go as far as its leadership team, and
sure.
so whether it be the culinary team or the managers that we have here, but just in terms of where we're headed, we're doing more and more in the community. Just the things we're doing with the Surfrider Foundation and being an ocean friendly restaurant and using our standing as a restaurant company and one of the top restaurant companies, if not the top restaurant company in the state, to make sure our voice is heard and that we're influencing the industry and we're setting good examples and, even breaking ground in other areas. But probably the thing I'm most excited about is our Legacy of Aloha program. So it's a program that's shared by our entire company. Call it Legacy of Aloha, but it's really our platform for supporting, giving, educating ourselves or people about organizations that share our same values. So whether it be committing to the keiki of the future, whether it's protecting our oceans and our beautiful aina and our environments that we're fortunate enough to have these restaurants in. It's honoring our kapuna, and the people that came before us that are carrying on those traditions and are teaching and storytelling and still sharing their knowledge. That's what I'm really most excited about. That I work for a company that has that at the forefront. So there's really exciting things on the horizon for individual restaurants, for us as a company, but it makes you feel really proud. I'm already proud to work for this company, just as is and as was, what years ago. But the fact that we are always we're not just always trying to find ways that we can be better, but we're always trying to find ways like what else can we do? Can we do more? Can we do more for our employees? We just recently, as part of our Legacy of Aloha program, started giving scholarships to our staff. Our board of directors and our chairman of the board, Susie Saxon, who is the daughter of one of our founders, Sandy Saxon. We were doing so much in our communities and continue to, but she's like, wow, we need to do more for our own staff.
Yeah. I would assume a lot of your staff is in college.
Yeah. High school, college, and so we started giving out scholarships, and that's been a really cool thing to do, and so just the fact that we are giving back, because I think Rob and Sandy recognized years ago that this community opened its arms to them, and I think they realized right away that they had an obligation, a responsibility to give back to the community, to be aware of the community, to honor the traditions, to honor the culture, and that stayed with us till today. And now we're just taking it to a whole nother level,
So I'm sure if someone's listening to this right now, they're like, I'm coming to Maui. I'm making my way over to Leilani's. Yeah, no questions. Yeah, I'm there. Do you got to make reservations? Can you just walk up, or is there happy hour? Maybe some of those logistics.
Yeah, so there's all of it. So we call it Aloha Hour here instead of happy hour, which is really cool.
Love that.
And so that's from 3 to 5 o'clock every day. So we have live music every day from 3 to 5 o'clock. We have an unreal Aloha Hour menu that chef has put a lot of attention into. Items you can only get during those 2 hours.
Cool.
So
it's not just marked down prices. It's like
because I think you can go anywhere and they can knock $5 off or whatever, but we were like, we want to have some fun,
some incentive to
some
cool.
incentive, and hopefully have some favors. Like, hey, I can only get them from 3 to 5, so I got to make sure I get there. We do discount, some of our Mai Tais, margaritas. We have our Leilani's lemonade, which is a staple cocktail here, as well as our, some of our draft beers as well. So, and one thing we don't do, it's not like we just, discount our domestic drafts. How's that, huh? Yeah, it is.
Picking up.
Dude, you guys are getting a show over here, right? This is awesome. You got dolphins. You got some killer shorebreak.
Someone's on the raft out there, just like, I don't know what happened.
I know, that's kind of dangerous. Like you're going to watch somebody get rolled and pitched here pretty soon. Hopefully not, but the worst is when mom's got the kids out there with their back to the ocean, and which you never want to do.
You never want to do.
Never want to do, right?
Tip 101 right there.
Tip 101.
Yeah.
Trying to get the perfect picture, and Junior Boy gets smacked,
Yeah.
So
look at Keiki getting surf lessons right there, too, how to pop up. And that's cool. Right here. What I love about this stretch of the beach is there's some quote-unquote Waikiki vibes where you can learn how to surf and you can do the outrigger and all that, but it's this whole very warm, close vibe.
It is. It's funny when they first started doing surf lessons here. Yeah, we kind of were like, oh, dude, this is gonna, it's gonna turn into Waikiki before we know it. But I've actually never heard anyone put it the way you did, and it is still going on. Yeah. But it's still at a Maui pace.
It feels like it.
So it is still at a Maui pace. So we have a great relationship with the surf school next door, and it's a tight knit community, so we've all known each other for a really long time. But yeah, it is cool, man. You get the surf lessons, and again, this kind of goes back to you got to really put yourself in your guest's shoes, right?
Sure.
And in their mind, again, we're going to Hawaii. They've got this perfect vision of how every single hour is going to play out, right? And it's important to remember that we play not just a role, and we don't just contribute to their lunch or dinner, right, but to their entire Maui experience, that we're going to be a part of that, whether it be through a memory, like you said, or through a photo, or even a negative experience, so, which from time to time may happen, but people always leave here stoked. Yeah. You know what I mean? So we're going to make a mistake from time to time, but we always make a genuine effort to make it right. But yeah, there is a lot going on. The Aloha Hour menu is unreal. And downstairs, one of the things we really wanted to do is we're always thinking what can we provide that other people can't? Not just what's proprietary to us, but what do people want? And so even downstairs, it's not like you're going to come in and just get domestic draft beers at a discounted price. We have, it's almost all of our beers. So you can come in and you can have a locally brewed beer that you can't get anywhere else on Aloha Hour price. You might get something from Deschutes Brewing Company, and if you're super loyal to Oregon, you're like, oh, right on, I'll have that. And we have some of our favorites. I'm a beer guy, so one of the perks, I guess, is putting your favorite beers on tap. But we love our Aloha Hour. We think it's a great program. And then in terms of reservations, downstairs in our beachside grill, that's our separate menu. That's all first come, first serve.
Okay.
So we don't take reservations there, but we do accept reservations upstairs in our dining room. They're definitely recommended, but we also recognize that, when you're on Maui and you're on vacation in Hawaii, hopefully people get out of plan everything mode.
Yeah.
And so we do understand that, there's going to be some impulsive, hey, let's go to Leilani's, or we're just cruising around. And so we make sure that we have tables available for those people also. You may walk into a little bit of a wait, but we got an unreal bar, to hang out at. There's an awesome shopping center, or there's just a beautiful beach to go and sit at.
There is that.
It's like, which is, the ultimate waiting room. So it's definitely not hard to get in here for dinner.
When is your upstairs open?
We open up at 4:45 for dinner upstairs, 4:45 to 9:30, and then downstairs we're 11 to 11.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, Jason, thank you so much for your time, man. This was amazing. Anything else that you would love to add about Leilani's or anything we didn't cover?
Yeah, come see us. If you've never been here before, then, you won't be disappointed. And again, it's not just about the food and the beverage. That's hands down going to be some of the best you've ever had. But just come feel the Aloha Spirit and the vibe. Now you got a helicopter. You guys are getting all of it, man. But just, I just want people to feel what I feel when they come in here, and they will when they do come in here. And if you really want to feel what the Aloha Spirit is and what it represents and that unreal welcoming vibe, a place where you can just come, like you said, and hang out, this is it. Yeah. It really is. And, by supporting us, you allow us to continue to support the community and our Legacy of Aloha programs as well. That. But, I like to think that, our values, right at the core and the things that we're doing, run consistent with a lot of our visitors' values. And I think that's what people are looking for too. Companies that share their same vision, their same likes, so they can feel like they're a part of something. So yeah. Come join the Ohana, man. So there's always room. So
yeah. One more thing about this view as we're sitting. Obviously the turquoise ocean is beautiful, but you got Lanai and you got Molokai just kind of, greeting you, staring at you. This view is Maui, right?
It is Maui. It's and you kind of laid it out, right? But when you, again, I try not to take it for granted, but even like you can see the pine trees. See how clear it is? The pine trees on the top of Lanai.
Oh yeah, you can see that.
So there. When you think about it, you're sitting on one of the most beautiful islands in the world, staring at two other beautiful islands, which have their own culture and history, in themselves, and beautiful Pacific Ocean. There's dolphins. You got to see shorebreak. Yeah. There's, mom and dad are so excited because the kids are learning how to surf, which is something probably they've been talking about since they knew they were coming to Hawaii. It's just, it's really, really, really special.
What I love about food and Leilani's, it's all about gathering, right? Food kind of breaks down those walls and you can experience everything that's around you as well.
You can. Well, I think that's a big part of the Hawaiian culture and probably many cultures is that any chance to get together and celebrate, you're going to take it, right? But it's all about food and music and, and drinking and friendships and laughing and creating memories. Yeah. And it shouldn't be too much different hanging out here than it is going to be hanging out in somebody's garage or back door, having a good time. And
bring this vibe back home with you.
Bring that vibe back home with you, and hopefully we can be a place where you can come and be like, all right, man, I can kind of relax a little bit. I can kind of loosen up a little bit, Nobody here cares what you look like, what you drive, or what you're wearing, man. All that matters is how you treat people. And if you show up to Maui, especially Leilani's, with a big smile on your face, then you're gonna get that back tenfold. And you're really truly gonna experience what the Aloha Spirit is.
Beautiful, Jason, man. We could hang out here all day. This is great.
Well, you're more than welcome to, man. You're more than welcome to.
How can people get connected with Leilani's and find you guys?
Well, you can definitely find us on our website, www.leilanis.com. You can pick up the phone, believe it or not. People don't do that very often. 808-661-4495. You can always give us a call. But obviously, all the information you would ever need about our restaurant is on the website and included, large parties, banquets, anything like that.
And I'll throw that on the show notes and all the links and all that stuff.
And we're oceanfront of Whalers Village, Anapali Beach, on the west side of Maui. And come check us out.
I appreciate you, and thank you so much for your time today.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys right on.
Aloha.
Yeah, aloha.
Well, I just want to thank Jason again for his time and his hospitality from his amazing staff as well. If you're going to Maui, you're definitely going to want to check out Leilani's. The food is amazing. Drinks are amazing. The views are epic, but the vibe and just the feel of the place is world class. I can't wait to head back over to Maui soon and be able to catch up with everyone there at Leilani's. Well, again, thank you so much for your valuable time. And I hope that you found this conversation with Jason from Leilani's on the beach entertaining, valuable. I hope it brought some joy to your day. And if it did, we'd love for you to go ahead and just drop a rating, review, and hit subscribe. And until next time, be well. Aloha.
Thanks for listening to Hawaii's Best Podcast. To stay up to date on future episodes, be sure to hit the subscribe button and find us at livehawaiisbest.com.